it's me, Michaela, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be going through some 5-star predictions that I have. Let's just jump right into it, shall we? As always, I have a list. When do I not have a list made? So, the first book that I have on my list I just feel like it's going to give me 5 stars is Jade City by Fonda Lee. From what I'm aware, because obviously I haven't read it, but it is the first book in an urban fantasy trilogy where there's rival crime families, and Jade has magical properties, and there's warring between these families over the control of Jade, I guess. All I know is that all I've seen from this is fantastic, amazing, wonderful reviews, and I have been wanting to read it for ages, and I haven't because 1, I don't own it and I haven't bought it yet and I want to buy it, and 2, because I have now put such high expectations onto this series that I'm now afraid to read it in case I don't like it, because then what am I gonna do? What I'm gonna do if I read Jade City and then it's not a 5 stars? I don't know, but at the same time I feel like it's gonna be 5 stars, so what am I waiting for? Why am I not reading it already? The endless continual conundrum of being a reader. So after that, I have Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Over the summer, I read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I absolutely loved this. I gave this 5 stars. So I'm really excited to read more Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've been debating about whether I want to read Daisy Jones and the Six or Malibu Rising next, but I feel like I want to read Malibu Rising. I feel like that one's calling to me more. Do I have any idea what Malibu Rising is about? No, I don't. Do I care? Also, no, I do not care. I want to read it, and I think I'm going to give it 5 stars because I loved this book so much, and the reason I love this book so much is mainly due to the writing and the characters. So I feel like other Taylor Jenkins Reid books are also going to give me 5-star vibes, because what I like about the book is the Taylor Jenkins Reidisms. I don't know if that makes sense. But as a result, I think Malibu Rising is going to be 5 stars. And I also know that Carrie Soto is back, is following Carrie Soto, surprise, who is a character in Malibu Rising. So I want to read Malibu Rising to know the origins of Carrie Soto, and then I can read Carrie Soto is back. You see the plan. You see the plan in the head? It's coming together, and that's what it is. It's brilliant, honestly. Another 5-star prediction of mine is Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. I have bought this recently, and I'm planning to read it really soon. It is October, it is the spooky season. It feels like the time to be reading this book. I've seen people loving this book. It's from last year now. It was in the Goodreads Choice Awards, I'm pretty sure, and I've heard such good things. The premise of the book is that a mother she looks out the window at night and witnesses her son murder someone. Interesting. And so she I guess goes to bed because she doesn't know what she's gonna do about this. This isn't her son. Why would he do that? What am I supposed to do about this? Do I give my son into the police? I'm assuming this is all the things that she's thinking. Do I actually know? No. Do I read synopses? No. Why would I do that? That would tell me what the book is about, and I want to read a book off of vibes. So she goes to bed, and then when she wakes up the next day, it's actually not the next day, it is the day previous. So she's going back in time. But it's not Groundhog Day where she keeps repeating the same day over and over again. Instead, she just continually goes back in time, and I guess through that kind of finds the answers of either how to stop her son from doing this or the what. I don't know, but it sounds so intriguing. I've seen great reviews of it. Meg with Books really loved this book. Also, Mara from Books Like Whoa really liked this book, I believe. It's been on my radar. I finally picked it up, and I'm really excited to read it. It might actually be my next read. And imagine if my next read is a 5 stars. Honestly, I need it. I feel like I haven't given a 5-star in a while. I feel like I'm always giving 4s. Actually, that is a lie. I just gave The Man Who Died Twice 5 stars. But that was 2 weeks ago. So it feels forever. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this book. I'm really hoping to love it. It also has a decent flops We love a floppy book around here. Another 5-star prediction for me is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. This is a book that I'm now kind of worried to start because it is the beginning of a series, and I've seen a lot of people not like Hellbent, the second book in the series, as much as they like Ninth House, but Ninth House has amazing reviews. And I'm a series girly. So I haven't read this because it's a new series and I can't be starting a new series right now because I need to be finishing series right now. As we know, I'm always focused on my currently reading series list. I need to narrow that down so I don't feel overwhelmed and anxious about the number of books I have to read constantly. I have read from Leigh Bardugo before with her Grishaverse. I've read the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and then I've also read the Six of Crows duology, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And this is a 5-star series for me. Like the first book and the second book, both 5 stars, amazing. I absolutely adored this series. So I do like Leigh Bardugo's writing at times. I do feel like the Six of Crows series has a bit more of an adult writing style to it, as opposed to the Shadow and Bone is like very young adult YA, and I think that's maybe why I like this a bit more. And I believe Ninth House again is adult and not young adult, so I'm thinking it might be more for me. And also it's like set at Yale, so it's giving dark academia, and I feel like that's gonna be my vibe. Like I feel like I'm gonna love that, so I think it's gonna be 5 stars. And then I'm only concerned about doing that because what if I read Ninth House and it's 5 stars, and then I go to read Hellbent and I hate it? What am I supposed to do then? Do I just like abandon a trilogy right before I finish it? Do I read the last book once it finally comes out and like become disappointed? This is why I haven't read it yet, despite me believing that Ninth House will be a 5-star read. Because I'm concerned. I have doubts about the rest of the, I don't have doubts about Ninth House. I have doubts about like, once I'm done Ninth House, what kind of state of being am I gonna be in? Like, what am I gonna have to face? What trials and tribulations? I don't know why I'm being so dramatic today, but like I am. Another 5-star prediction is A Treacherous Curse by Deanna Raybourn. This is the 3rd book in Deanna Raybourn's Veronica Speedwell mystery series, and I am so happy I picked this up super recently. This arrived like this week because I have zero self-control and I keep buying books. Yay. But I have read A Curious Beginning and A Perilous Undertaking. Curious Beginning, I've talked about this. I've read this twice. All I say every time, 5 stars, amazing, love this book. Perilous Undertaking was a bit more of a 4 for me, but I am confident that A Treacherous Curse is gonna like come back swinging and it's gonna be 5 stars. Just because I love Veronica and Stoker. The more interactions between Veronica and Stoker, the more I love the series. So I feel like Treacherous Curse is gonna come back and give me 5 stars again, like Curious Beginning did. I believe in it. I believe in A Treacherous Curse and its potential. So this is a series where you're following Veronica Speedwell, and basically she's about to be like a lone woman, okay? Her like aunts who have been taking care of her, they've died, they're dead. She sold the house. She's about to go on a butterfly mission, okay? She's gonna live her dreams because she is an intellectual, scientific lady who collects butterflies and also sells butterflies. She's doing great for herself. It's fantastic. She gets attacked in her home, and then this Baron comes and he's like, your life is in danger, you have to come with me. And she's like, I don't really believe you, but I'll take the free ride to London. So she does. And then she meets Stoker. And then basically, like, things just go downhill from there in a way that I love. So is it actually uphill? Downhill for Veronica and Stoker, uphill for me and my love of the series, you know? They have to try and solve the mystery. It's fantastic. They have amazing banter. They have amazing chemistry. It's so good. In the second book, we have another mystery that comes up that they're tasked with solving. So I'm really curious now, like, how in the 3rd book a new mystery is going to evolve, if it's going to like be interconnected with kind of like this overall storyline that started in the 1st book. But all I know is that I just love these characters and I just want to read more of them. And so book number 3 is a lucky number, right? Like, it's going to be 5 stars. It has to be. Okay, so the next 5-star prediction I have is Under the Whispering Door by TJ Klune. I did read The House in the Cerulean Sea last year at this point, I want to say. I think it was last year. It's about a year ago. Oof. Anyway, I did read The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I absolutely adored that book. I thought it was so comfy, cozy, like a hug. I just enjoyed the reading of experience of that so much. And what can I say? I don't know why I haven't read more TJ Klune after I loved it so much. So I've also heard really good reviews for Under the Whispering Door. I feel like his newest book, what is it? The Lives of Puppets? The Lives of Puppets? Something to do with puppets. I haven't heard like the same level of like fantastic, amazing, wonderful, we love it about that book, but Under the Whispering Door I believe is still like very highly rated, and I want to read it because I want more of that TJ Klune cozy hug writing in a book, and I believe that would give it to me. I think it talks on kind of like ghosts and death and has some commentary on that. So I also haven't read this because I kind of want to be in like the right headspace to really like appreciate the book. But I do think when I finally get there and I do finally read the book, that I'm gonna love it and that it's gonna be 5 stars perfection. When will that be? I don't know. Maybe it'll be like another year at this rate because I have so many books I want to read. It's the struggle. I do think when I finally read Under the Whispering Door, it's going to be fantastic. Another book that I think is going to be fantastic when I finally get around to it, Us Against You by Fredrik Backman. Last winter, I did a reading vlog where I read a couple Fredrik Backman books to see if Fredrik Backman was a writer for me, if he could potentially be a favorite author. Hadn't read from him before, did a little taste test, see if I like it. And guess what? I loved it. I read The Man Called Ove, 5 stars. I cried in the best way. Like, it was so sad. I loved it. And then I started the year by reading Beartown, which is the first book in this series. Us Against You is the second book. And I also gave that 5 stars. I just love Fredrik Backman's writing. His storytelling is so, it hits me in the right spot. I'm reading those books and like I'm getting emotional. I'm not somebody who really gets like teary, sad, emotional reading a book. I'm pretty like distanced from things that I am aware are fiction emotionally, which is funny because I'm very emotional in my real life. However, with like fiction, I'm usually not. But like I said, Man Called Ove made me cry. Beartown, highly emotional. And I loved the writing, the commentary he has. I need to read more. Why have I not read Fredrik Backman since then? I don't know. I need to do better. Like, why am I not reading books I think I'm gonna love? Not even think. Honestly, I know I'm gonna love this book. Us Against You, I just like, it's like a confidence that I have that I'm gonna love this book. I'm gonna give it 5 stars again because it's Fredrik Backman. And also it's a series. I love a series. And I can't stop reading series, hence my problem currently reading series. Anyway, Us Against You, I am so confident is going to be 5 stars. I would say like the only reason I haven't really read it yet is because there is a copy of Us Against You that was my mother's, that she gave to my sister, but my sister is not reading it. She also has a copy of Beartown, same situation, was my mother's, she gave it to my sister because my mother is a Kindle girly. She reads on her Kindle. She does not like to read physical books. These physical books ended up in my sister's house. And I was like, why would you give them to her and not me? No offense to my sister. She just like takes a really long time to read things. And I'm impatient. So eventually I'm going to go to my sister's house and I'm going to kind of, not really, but yes, to stealing them. And then I'll have the physical copies for myself. So that's kind of why I haven't read Us Against You, because I want to read a physical copy of it, but there's a physical copy waiting for me. It's just like not here. And then I also now at this point, it's been so long that I probably want to read Beartown again before I read Us Against You. So that's the scenario. Like, it's like, does it need to be this complicated? No. But again, sometimes I make decisions in my brain, like I'm going to read this book once I buy it, or once I own it, or like physically or something. And then like once I've made that decision, like I can't go back. I can't change my mind. That is unthinkable. I also put on this list The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Now this one, I'm not necessarily sure if it's like, oh, the book is going to be 5 stars, as much as I think the series could be 5 stars. That doesn't mean that I don't think I'm not going to love the first book. More, it's like an overall series vibe than potentially the individual book itself that I have the confidence of loving so much. And that's because I've read the Inheritance Game trilogy. I did a vlog actually reading the whole series. I will link that for you. But I did love this book, although I didn't give it a 4.5. Upon rereading, I was like, why didn't I give it a 5? So it's like a really close to a 5. But I think if I didn't read it and go 5 stars, then it's not actually a 5 stars, so it's a 4.5. But I read the rest of the series, and I also really loved that whole series, and I think the series overall, although I didn't give any of the books 5 stars, I really see the series as a 5-star series. It's like a favorite series just because it's so fun. And I've been seeing the Natural series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes everywhere. Everybody is reading it, okay? And everybody's loving it. I've heard it's described as YA Criminal Minds, and I think that is something I'm absolutely going to adore because I really love fiction that is like crime, law, that kind of genre. Despite not reading it other than like murder mystery books, I do love kind of just general, I find it fascinating. I find the world of law fascinating. I don't want to be a part of it in my real life, but I do want to experience it. More so, I probably do TV shows, you know, like Law and Order SVU and like Suits, How to Get Away with Murder. Those are shows that I really, really love. And I don't know why I don't read more books in that genre. If I like, maybe that's something I should explore. Maybe I should read law books. I just don't see law books everywhere. Anyway, this isn't necessarily even about the law. It just gives me crime fiction vibes. And I think I'm gonna love crime fiction. And if it's also YA, and Jennifer Lynn Barnes writes really well-paced books that you don't want to put down, I think I'm gonna love it. I think I'm gonna love the series. So I do want to read the Natural series because the Inheritance Game series was wonderful for me. Loved it. Super fun, super exciting, super quick read. And like, that's what I like in my YA. I don't want big beefy YA. That's not really what like I'm here for. I like the lighthearted, fast-paced, quick read young adult books. I'm not a young adult, so if I want something that's like super serious and deep and like talks more and has commentary and all that, I'm just gonna pick an adult book because I am an adult. But I find it much easier to find lighthearted, more, I don't know if casual is the right word, but like those fast-paced, easy read books are just way easier to find in young adult. And I think Jennifer Lynn Barnes does a fantastic job of writing those kind of books. And I expect the Natural series to be like that. So I'm excited for it and I think I'm gonna love it. So I also think I'm going to love Everyone on This Train is a Suspect by Benjamin Stevenson. And that's because I've recently read like freaking everything. So I've recently read Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, and this was like, I don't want to say it was an unexpected 5 stars because I did think I was going to really like this book, but I didn't expect to love this book as much as I did love it. I think the writing style in it, where the narrator is kind of speaking directly to you as a reader, was something much more like unique aspect to the murder mystery kind of plot line and the whodunit aspect. It was really great, and the twist of the fact that like, oh, truly everyone in my family has killed someone is fantastic to me. I love this. And although I don't know how this narrator is going to become like an ongoing detective for a mystery series, I also feel like I like Benjamin Stevenson's writing so much that it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna read the second book in this series and I'm just gonna give it 5 stars and I'm gonna love it because the vibes are there, right? You see this? You see where I'm going? You see the thought? It's like I don't even care what it's about. I think I'm gonna like it just because it's gonna be like this. And I loved this. The final book I put on this list, because at that point I had 9 books and I was like, girl, you need 10. You can't make a list of 9 books. So I added on, what is it called? Mislaid in Parts Half Known by Shauna McGuire. This is going to be the newest release in her Wayward Children series that comes out in January, I believe. And I made a series. I did not make a series. I made a video. I made a singular video where I read most of the Wayward Children series that's out now. I didn't have the latest book in the series, which is Where the Drowned Girls Go. No. It was up to Where the Drowned Girls Go. All of the titles just get jumbled in my mind for this series. Anyway, if you saw that, I love the Wayward Children series. I gave almost all of the books 5 stars, and I definitely gave all the books where you're at the home for wayward children and not like the backstories of the children. It kind of switches. It's like a book that's like at the home for wayward children, then the next book is like the individual's backstory of one of the wayward children, and then it's like, so there's like an overall plot. Basically, this next book is going to be at the home for wayward children. Every single one of the books set there, I've given 5 stars, so I feel like I'm gonna give this one 5 stars automatically. Like, I don't even need to open the book. 5 stars. I could probably go rate it on Goodreads right now. So that's kind of like what I'm feeling. Those are the books I think I'm gonna love. These are books that I'm like really excited about. Does that mean I'm gonna read them anytime soon? Not necessarily, because I'm done, I guess. I don't know what else to tell you. But these are some books I think I'm really gonna love when I finally get around to reading them. And that's kind of all I had to say today. I guess I need to end the video now or something. If you like it, give it a like. Okay, that's the thing. Yeah, thank you. Click the like button now. I would be grateful. And if you happen to like me, consider subscribing. I'd be happy to have you. I would also love to know what books you think are gonna be 5 stars for you. Give me your own predictions down below. Also, if you think you have a book that you think I would love, let me know, because I would love to have more recommendations of books that I could potentially be loving. And with that, I will see you in the next one. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Bye!